Welcome, my little friends. Ready to dive into another amazing tale? Make sure to hit subscribe button so you never miss a new story. The School for Superpowers, a Day of Daring. In a quiet town hidden beyond the mountains, there stood a very special school called the School for Superpowers. Every kid who went there had a superpower, each one as unique as the stars in the sky. Some powers were silly, some were strange, and some were totally amazing. But one thing was certain, each kid's superpower helped them in the most surprising ways. One sunny morning, the students were buzzing with excitement. Today was the big super skills scavenger hunt. The teachers had hidden little glowing stones all over the school grounds, and the first kid to find 5 stones would win the legendary Golden Taco Trophy. Let's meet some of the kids who were ready to race. Max, the bubble boy. Max's power was the ability to blow bubbles that could lift him right off the ground. When he puffed out his cheeks and blew, bubbles as big as balloons would float around him, carrying him wherever he wanted to go. He could even ride his bubbles like a little airplane. Hop in! Max called to his friends as he blew a giant bubble. With a wiggle, he floated up to search from above, laughing as he flew over the field. I'll find those stones in no time. Flashy Fiona, the fast-footed Fiona, was the speedster of the school. Her feet moved so fast they looked like they were on fast forward. She zoomed around the playground, zoomed around the hallways, and even zoomed in her sleep, kicking her blankets onto the floor every night. I'm gonna beat you all to the stones, she said with a grin, already halfway across the yard before anyone could answer. Oliver, the human compass. Oliver never, ever got lost. He could point to the right direction, even if he'd never been there before. And today, he was leading his friends straight to hidden spots around the school. This way! Oliver called, his finger twitching toward the gym. There's a stone in the supply closet, I just know it. Dizzy Daisy, the Spin Queen. Daisy had a power that made everyone giggle. She could spin like a top, turning around so fast that she created tiny whirlwinds wherever she went. When Daisy spun, you'd see pencils, erasers, and sometimes even a sandwich wrapper whirling up in the air behind her. Watch out, she shouted, spinning herself all the way across the playground, right into a bush. Whoosh! A hidden stone rolled out from under her. Found it, she laughed, a little dizzy. Teddy, the shrinking hero. Teddy's superpower was shrinking down to the size of a hamster. He'd shrink whenever he wanted, making it perfect for hiding and finding small things. I'll find the tiny hiding spots, he squeaked, shrinking down and scurrying under benches and into the cubbyholes. The big adventure, the scavenger hunt, was in full swing, and each student was using their powers in their own fantastic way. Bubbles floated, winds swirled, and Fiona zoomed around the field in a blur. Even the teachers joined in, cheering them on from the sidelines. Suddenly, a loud boom echoed from the science lab. A cloud of purple smoke puffed out the door. Inside, Mrs. Popper's experiment had gone wrong, and the room was filling with pink foam that was getting higher and higher. Oh! Max said, floating down. This looks like a job for the School for Superpowers. With a nod, the kids sprang into action. Fiona zipped to the science room and back so fast, she became a pink blur, carrying buckets to dump the foam outside. Daisy spun herself around the foam, whipping it into tiny bits that floated safely away. Max blew bubbles to help carry the foam pieces outside, while Teddy shrank down to squeeze into the smallest nooks, pulling out all the foam from behind shelves. Great job, kids, called Mrs. Poppers, now covered in pink foam. You saved the day. And you all get to share the golden taco trophy for your teamwork. The kids cheered, holding the trophy high above their heads. But the trophy wasn't just golden, it was filled with delicious tacos. Each student grabbed one and took a huge bite. From that day on, every student at the School for Superpowers knew that their powers, big or small, strange or silly, were valuable. And together, they could handle anything that came their way, even a big pile of pink foam. And every year after, they'd celebrate with a big taco trophy party, reminding them all of the day they saved the school, one taco at a time.